This is a video of me cycling into work, into Glasgow, starting here at Uddingston Cross. So if you want to find highway to get into Glasgow from Uddingston, then follow this. You can just see Tunnocks factory in the corner there. I'll turn round, head down Uddingston Main Street. Tunnocks Tea Cake Shop. It's a wet day in April as we're heading through Uddingston. And this person just pulls out straight in front of me. I give them a bit of abuse as I head through here. Yeah, look in your wing mirrors, you're a bunker. Then past my favourite Indian, the puddles. A nice cycle slightly down a hill towards the train station. It's probably about 7 o'clock in the morning, back in April. A wet damp day. About a 9-10 mile cycle, which I'm right. Here we got just past the train station on the left hand side. Get Angels at the back there. This bit is quite quiet in the mornings, quite good. That's just when you get a bit further on. It can be a bit more tricky. So we're still quiet just now, heading out towards what is known as the Big S roundabout. So it's an S-shaped hill. It's an S-shaped hill up the top. I'll put some other nice clear day footage in here of what it looks like. This bit of the done is quite quiet, cycling out towards the Uddingston sign on the right hand side of our head here. Crossing the A74 motorway now. Some bumps in the road there, have to navigate. Wouldn't be so bad, but I've got all my gear for work, so I've got about 10k extra baggage between laptops and things. So now we're onto the fast bit road just beyond the M73 motorway. We went past the Big S roundabout and we're heading up towards the Glasgow Zoo roundabout. At least that's what I'll call it. I'm not sure if it's got an official name. It used to be Glasgow Zoo up here. And this isn't a really fast bit of road if you catch this later on in the day. There's lots of high speed traffic coming past. At night time in the opposite way, you can see that car there, that was pretty fast, pretty speedy to come past you. And I have my bike radar on just to sort of help me know what's coming from behind. But coming this in the other direction at night time, the traffic is absolutely mental on there. Even sometimes I'm in peak time traffic, I might even just go onto the pavement just to get out of the way of it because it's just quite scary at times. So coming up to the Glasgow Zoo roundabout, and we're going to have to move out onto the right lane. This is a left turn lane and a straight through lane to the right, so we need to try and get our way out there. And see another cyclist ahead, navigating the same thing. Again, this was quite a wet day, got quite a lot of water on the road here. But we get out nicely through a big massive puddle. I'm going to have to do an overtaking move here, I think, to get past this other cyclist. They're taking it a little bit easier than me. Not that I was going particularly hard, but they're moving along. So I've got a bit of a cycle track here. This then goes to an enclosed cycle track, which is much better. Coming up to the Mail Coach pub and restaurant, which has been getting a lot of refurbishments lately. It's looking much tidier now. Until we join the sort of proper cycle path that's actually safely behind a barrier from the rest of the traffic. So head out towards Mount Vernon, and yeah, this is quite a good wee stretch. So past Mount Vernon train station, we're out the other side underneath the railway bridge, heading up towards Wixie's store. We're still on the cycle path at this point. At the traffic lights ahead, this now turns back into a proper road where you're joined with traffic with no cycle segregation whatsoever. I feel it's a bit of a shame because this could really be made much better. You can see the traffic will join from the right, and we're now on a normal road. Again, this time in the morning it's fairly quiet, it's pretty good. It's quite a good route if you're going into Glasgow. There is another way in on National Cycle Route 75, I think it is, which takes you through the gravel paths along the Clyde, which is fine, but it's hard going when you're carrying all your work gear on your bike as well in the panniers. And I need to negotiate some more traffic lights on here. Again, there's lots of space here for the councils to make this a proper cycle lane here, which would be much appreciated and make life a lot better. Quite a rough road surface as well, going along this road. So now we've got a couple of retail stores on the right hand side. We've got Wix, and we've got a couple of retail stores on the right. We've got Wix, and we have the Range. That is pretty good for your outdoor needs or building needs. So we're going to come up to a set of traffic lights here. The left is off to... we're coming up to a set of traffic lights here. And go right up to Mount Vernon. Left is down to... yeah, these traffic lights here are a bit of a pain. Signal time takes forever to come back around to you, and it can get quite busy as people try to hammer it across the crossing. But once you get here, you get a small incline up and over down towards the McDonald's and Orion's Way, Brewers Fair. and pannier in. Just make our way up this hill. In a normal day it's pretty easy, but honestly, pretty easy on most days, but with bags, it gets a bit more of a challenge. And we get a nice little downhill. We'll come up on Anna Clark's Motor Point and the McDonald's and Orion's Way, and then get stuck at some more traffic lights before we go into the main stretch of London Road. Here we go, just get stuck here. There's a double set of traffic lights. You get through the first gate, then you need to wait until the second gate opens up, as you'll see in a moment's time. We get through the first set, and then manoeuvre out, take around outside, let the cars go by. There's plenty of room on the outside, and the cars will normally pick up on the right hand lane. And then we head down towards London Road. Once we get through these set of traffic lights, we'll get a bit of a few hundred yards to go before we pick up in a segregated bike lane again, which is created by, I believe they're called hedgehogs. I don't know if that's the right name, and that's what I'm calling them. Hedgehogs that sort of breach the side of the road and give some security on the way into Glasgow along London Road. So here we go. That is us now hitting the segregation. I'll tell you, here we are hitting the segregation. You can see it now. I was getting put off with those arrows watching the playback video. Again, smaller traffic lights, we get stuck up ahead, but we'll jump through them. Come out the other side. And although it's wet today, it's actually not too bad a morning overall. Again, these segregated parts with the hedgehog does make it feel a little bit better. But once we get through this section, we actually hit a pretty decent set of cycle lane infrastructure. As we get closer and closer to the Emirates Stadium, where they've got the velodrome. I don't know if that's why they're better cycling infrastructure closer to the stadium. But yeah, I'm glad getting past these hedgehogs. Again, this road is pretty good in the morning. It's not too bad. Same on the way back. On the other side, the traffic is not too heavy and it's causing you a problem. can just start to see the glimpse of the green on the horizon, which is Celtic Park. And here is the Celtic Supporter Club coming up on the left hand side. These traffic lights are green, but the cycle ones are red. This stuff really confuses me on the way in at times, but now we hit this a good cycle lane, nice and smooth, a bit wet. It does gather a bit of water in places, and then just like here. But it's pretty good to get that sort of segregation from the traffic. And certainly people get better and better at not parking their cars in the lane, I have to say. That has been pretty decent. Just occasionally. That was just too wet there, so that's why I look at how bad that is flooded. I just nip it onto the road and look for an opportunity to get back in. It was just too wet. And we'll come back in here, I think, yep. And through to the main traffic lights. Up to right is Toll Cross, down to left is towards Bilmarnock. Again, I've got a cycle through here, cycle stop, and I've just got to wait. So this makes sense, this big major junction, that if this goes green it lets me go. Whereas at further back it was just a bit more confusing. So you become Emirates Stadium, Parkhead Stadium, or Celtic Park. I think it's called Celtic Park these days. Certainly says that in the building, but I guess Parkhead is what I've always known it as. So we're getting close to Glasgow now. Again, this is a good bit of cycling infrastructure on the way in, feels pretty safe. Traffic lights work quite well, so apart from being a bit wet in places, it's pretty good. Another big puddle. Again, traffic signals for cyclists as well. They do trigger pretty well, I have to say. The experience is the sensors are generally working and they will trigger for cyclists. But unfortunately, not long after this, we run out of this really good sort of cycling lane in the way into Glasgow. We're heading towards Bridgeton, where it comes to an end. At least for a little bit, and then we're on the main road again. And it's a lot of hit and a miss how busy it can be. You can certainly have buses chasing you along, but let's see what that looks like when we get there. Bridgeton Umbrella, Bridgeton Brawley. You can go left there and head towards Glasgow Green. We're going to go stick on the main road just now, heading in towards and around Glasgow Green, as you will see. Again, no sort of cycling path here. We do have a bus stroke cycle lane coming up, and we'll take that on the way in. So again, left there could take it to Glasgow Green, but we'll keep going straight on towards the barrows or barrowlands. Just take my foot off the gas. Oh, I forgot they had these roadworks. Oh, that's right, because the roadworks I decided to just go over the pavements. Don't normally do this, but it suited me that day because the temporary roadworks. So I normally just stick to the roads and follow the traffic, but that was just a bit of a pain. So anyway, back at the other side on this bus lane. Only a few miles to go now. So here we are behind the famous Barrowlands over on the right hand side. There's this Barrows sign, back entrance. Again, on open roads here, no cycle path infrastructure yet for a little bit. Watch the holes in the road. And then we're going to pick up some more cycle path infrastructure. Let's nip in here, and you've got a choice. You can go straight on towards Argyle Street in Glasgow. On this occasion, I'm going to zip round around Glasgow Green. So up ahead, we're going to take a left-hand turn. It's starting to get a little bit brighter. Not long to go now, so that is Glasgow Green, and you can see directly in front of us. I'm going to swing my way around to the right, trying not to slip on the white stuff. Around here, around to the left, then around to the right, heading along the banks of the River Clyde. There we go, just coming that corner. Clip in, John, clip in. This is a really wide cycle lane here. It looks like it's got two ways, but it's actually really difficult to get back on it when you're coming from the other direction. And it's not got lines up the middle, so again it's a bit confusing. And same here, I want to pop out and go across the traffic lights here. And that's a pain because it's just not very well joined up on how to get from one side to the other. You can see I just got to get across the crossing here. And that's as much to do with the confusion about this junction. It's just not very good, not very clear. We're almost at the end. This is us going down beside the Clyde River, like this bit. It does smell of weed and various other drugs later on in the day, especially on a sunny day. You'll have lots of people lying about, chilling, having some beers and any other refreshments they feel necessary for a day out by the river. And it can be quite busy as well with pedestrians later on in the day. And obviously just now, first thing in the morning, it's fairly quiet. Again, it's safe cyclist space, which is good. Well, as safe as you can be, with some head cases jumping about, but it's nice. Now that was a twisty navigation up ahead. And it's under some more bridges, so you just need to watch your head if you're a tall cyclist. If you're a tall cyclist, you need to watch your head. So sharp turns. Then I'm going to go along and can nip it onto the main road just through here, but I'm going to go straight ahead and we've got some stairs to navigate. I'll just clip out, get down the stairs, then go back along the Clyde to the other side. You try and get clipped in, it takes forever. Again, need to keep the head down onto this bit of bridge. Then you come out past the riverboat casino. And you got Barclays campus on the other side of the river. Not much more to say, that's me almost at the end of this route from Uddingston Cross all the way into Glasgow. You see a mix of good cycling infrastructure, some not so good, but you know it works for me, I don't mind it at all. Hopefully this video has been useful to some of you. If it has, then like and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And I shall catch you on another one. And I'll say, Carpe Diem. Bye bye.